consistency is one of the number one things I see agents struggling with because we all understand the quote that by failing to plan, you're planning to fail. So what I want to do today is bring on my business partner, Louis Gold, and we're going to be breaking down exactly step-by-step, follow along, how to create a proper content calendar so that you can be consistent with social media. Now, these principles apply to every aspect of your business, and if you want the content calendar that Louis is going to share with you, drop a comment below and we will give you a link to his free Trello guide where you can create this for yourself. But it's really powerful to be able to visually see it, but map out all of the different elements that go into properly creating content to make it easy for yourself, because content really isn't that difficult, but it's essential to make sure that it is built into your calendar as a priority and a non-negotiable. So we're going to walk you through exactly how to create a content calendar for every social media platform, all built into one to streamline the process, make it very easy to manage your time, and be hyper consistent on every platform. Now, before diving in, two quick things that I want to mention. Number one, aside from dropping the comment below if you want the free Trello guide, also, I will link all of Louis' social media platforms because he's got an incredible YouTube channel where he breaks down systems, processes, and time management hacks to help agents become hyper productive. And simultaneously, I will link his calendar below in case you want to book a one-on-one meeting to talk about partnering with him. So without further ado, let's bring back Louis, who we've done a ton of videos with and a fan favorite, so that we can show you how to become dominant at social media in your market. All right, guys, so welcome back to another collab video with one of my business partners, Louis Gold. We've done a ton of incredible videos together, which again, I will link below. And today we're going to talk about something that a lot of people struggle with, which is content planning. A lot of people are looking for a proper content calendar to help them tick the boxes, streamline the process, and nobody's better at systems and processes to help you streamline your business and manage your time properly than Louis. So today, Louis is going to be breaking down his Trello board, the king of Trello over here, about how to leverage content calendars in order to, again, make yourself hyper productive instead of becoming overwhelmed with content and the planning of it. So Louis, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, good. I'm excited for this because obviously you and I are now putting out a ton of content on both different channels, many different mediums, and it can be overwhelming. It can be daunting. And a lot of people kind of get taken back by the amount of effort they think it's going to take in order to get everything dialed in. But as you've been able to prove, there's some simple ways that you can kind of streamline this to have it built into your calendar, because we all know that you live by your calendar and what's not in there doesn't exist. So I'm excited for you to share your screen and kind of dive into how people can simplify the content creation process and build out a calendar to help them stay consistent.
Yeah, and simplify is the key word there. You know, like we all know how much stuff we have to do in real estate, you know, and now content has really come to the forefront. Like everyone knows that's what we need to be doing to get ahead. But, you know, I think what happens a lot of time is like, okay, I'm going to do Instagram, and like you post for like 2 weeks and then all of a sudden you'll fall off because it's just like, you know, you've got that next thing, you're grabbing onto it, and then all of a sudden you're moving on to the next one. So when you take this as actually part of your structured business, put it into a planning system, then it's way easier to do. And, you know, obviously with your, you know, content and, you know, your game books and stuff for, you know, what to post, how to post it, what to say, you know, like that's, you can take all that information and then just slot it into this board, which we're going to use today. And then it just becomes a streamlined process. And honestly, it takes all of the kind of anxiety away from this and just gives you a streamlined process of exactly how to do this step by step. So it's really cool. You know, you can use all sorts of different systems. Trello is just one that is really easy to use. It's free. So you can just copy this template, you know, and just put it into your own board. But I found that this has really helped me. It's helped the agents in our group to use this as well to scale their process of you know, batching content and how to actually schedule it out. So yeah, we can dive in and have a look and see what it goes like.
Yeah, let's do it. And again, I love that you've been able to simplify it to break down all the different platforms and be able to help people. Again, as you alluded to, you've been able to not just do this for yourself, but help a number of the new agents that haven't yet become proficient with content to be able to implement this. And then even I'm starting to see them be a lot more consistent, have a lot more presence on these platforms. So
Mhm.
let's dive in, share your screen, and we'll kind of walk through this. And you've got a great way of explaining it. So I'm excited to share this with everybody.
All right, so this is the content calendar. This is my one that I use. It might look a little overwhelming right now, but I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to fill this in and how it all works. Okay, so we're going to move to the blank template, which you guys will start through, and I'm going to show you exactly what this all looks like and how it operates. So let's go ahead and move to the template. This is exactly what you are going to get. So what we're going to do at the top here, we're going to choose the platforms that we post on. So for me, it's YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. That's what I do. That's my 3 platforms that I find I get the most ROI on. For you, it might be TikTok, it might be, whatever. So you can choose whatever you want to hear. So I have the actual type of post that I do. So I do YouTube videos, I do Instagram posts, I do Instagram stories, I do Instagram TV, Facebook posts, and Facebook Live. Okay. And then on the left-hand side here, we have the templates. So if we'll click on this YouTube one, for instance, I'm just going to click this here and it'll give me the template of what I actually need to accomplish just to see, to actually take a YouTube video from the first idea all the way to scheduled and posted. So what you would do is you would take this, you would type in like what the video is going to be about, like little bullet points of what you want to say. And then this is just your checklist of actually getting it out there. So do I have the title? Do I have bullet points for filming it? Maybe it's a script that you need. Is it filmed? Is it edited? Do I have a thumbnail? Is it been optimized inside of the platform? And is it scheduled to post? Okay, so simple checklists, and you can add your own checklist to this as well. But let's walk through exactly what we'll do. We'll do like a full like week of my life. I'll show you what this will look like. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to leave these templates blank. Okay, but I'm going to click the pencil here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to call this. So Mike, give us a YouTube video that we should post this week.
This week we're going to do 5 reasons to move to Denver.
Move to Denver. Okay, so that's going to be my title. I'm going to keep the checklist, keep the labels. The board is the board that we have here, but I'm going to change the list. Okay, this is the big thing here. I'm going to click on list, and I'm going to move it over to YouTube video in position 1. And when I do that, it's moved over to my YouTube column. Awesome. Okay, now what I actually do is I'll post out this, I'll build the skeleton, and then I'll fill everything else in from there. Okay, I like to do 2 YouTube videos a week, so I'm going to do another one. Okay, I'm going to come here, copy. I'm going to call this one, let's see, why buying a home right now is great. Mike can change the title. If I go into Mike's training, I'm sure I can find a more a better optimized title for that, but whatever, you get the gist of it. So that's the 2 YouTube videos I'm going to do. Okay, now with my Instagram posts and stories, I'm actually going to do the same titles as these. Okay, I'm going to post them the same day of, just to send traffic over to YouTube. So same deal. I'm going to take this Instagram post here, copy. I'm going to go here. I'm going to call it 5 reasons to move to Denver. Don't worry about my spelling right now. You know what I'm saying here. And then I'm going to change this list to Instagram post. Boom, create card. And then right there, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Okay, so now I've got the 2 posts and from YouTube and from Instagram. Awesome. Okay, the next one I want to do is stories on Instagram. Okay, now this might be a little bit different. Okay, I could do, again, I could re-emphasize the videos with stories as well. Typically, I don't usually put that in my calendar because I just know to do that automatically. But if you need to, go ahead and do that. But for stories, for instance, I might want to have them as, more behind the scenes stuff. So it might be showings, it might be, open houses, whatever that looks like for you. So for stories, I'm going to come here, I'm going to go copy. I'm going to go to Instagram story. And from here, I'm going to go home tour Denver. Okay, that's just going to let me know that in my stories this week, I know that I've got showings coming up on Tuesday, so I'm going to do some Instagram stories on that. Okay, and now you can start to build this out and build this out. Facebook posts from here. Let's go ahead and build one of these, and then we'll get into the checklist and exactly how to actually optimize all this. So let's do a Facebook post. I'm going to, again, copy. For my Facebook post, I'm going to be like, what's going on with interest rates right now? Hot topic, something that you should definitely know about now. Interest. Okay, templates. I'm going to go Facebook post, create card. Okay, that's right there. Let's do another Facebook post. Copy here. Let's do 5 reasons that selling your home is still beneficial, because we need to combat the mainstream media narrative and make sure that we educate our clients right here. Cool. And then let's do one more here. Let's do a Facebook Live. Okay. I love Facebook Live. I do it every single week, and it is a great tool for clients. Let's just do a market update. Okay. Super simple. Now, again, this is all generic, guys. You can change this and do whatever you want to do. All right, so I've built out my week now. Now, there's some differences here, just so you know here. I should point out real quick. The YouTube video and the Instagram post are obviously on the same topic, but it's not the same thing. I'm not going to take this YouTube video and post it onto Instagram. That's not what we're trying to do. What I'm trying to do with the Instagram post is drive the traffic back to YouTube. So it might be a carousel of the 5 reasons, and it tells them to watch the full video on YouTube. You know, it might just be a whole different short post about these reasons. But my goal here is to drive everyone back to YouTube. For me, YouTube is the #1 part of my business. Obviously, if you watch Mike's content, you know why. I don't have to explain that. So all of this is designed to drive traffic over to here, okay? So don't make the mistake of like making one video and then posting it all across all platforms. I'm sure, as you've learned from Mike, that's not the most optimal way to do things, okay? So I just want to make sure that you guys know that, okay? So this is the week, okay? Now, this is okay. It doesn't look too much, right? But keeping this consistent week by week by week, month by month by month, quarter by year is very challenging to do. So what we want to do is to break this down now and really look at what this is going to take to do all this stuff, okay? So let's start with our YouTube. I'm going to click into the box here, and I'm going to look at all the things that I need to do from here. So 5 reasons to move to Denver. I can, you know, list out, you know, my 5 reasons right here, just so I have them all, you know, and I'll kind of brainstorm my video. So all of the idea for the content is in here. You don't have to do it on Word documents or do it on a piece of paper. You can keep it all in here, because when you work on this stuff, it's nice because it automatically saves. So when you come back into your content calendar, when you're ready to film it, you can just pull this up and it'll have all the information in here that you've already put down for this video. Okay, so 5 reasons to move to Denver. So I've got the title. Now look at this checklist here. Okay, title is good. Then I've got my bullet points, the 5 reasons. Boom. I've not filmed it, I've not edited, I've not done all that, but you can go through this checklist now and you know exactly what's been done for each piece of content. Okay, now the last thing that I really like to do, and this is probably the most important part of this, is to put a deadline on it. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over to dates right here, and I'm going to look at this and be like, okay, I like to post YouTube videos on Mondays and Fridays. So you'll be like, okay, Monday coming, that's when I'm going to post it. I'm going to put my time here as 6 a.m. right there. And I'm going to set a reminder. It's going to remind me the day before that that's what's happening. Now, when I save that here, you'll see it's got a due date now of November 1st at 6 a.m. And when I look at the card now, it has that on it. So now things are starting to be scheduled and things are starting to fall into categories. And with this one right here, I'll jump in. Oh, sorry, oops, my bad. I'll click this right here. And now I'll date this one for Friday the 4th. So now I've got a video coming on Friday. I've got a video coming on Monday. So, okay, great. that's awesome. Same deal. I'll probably date these exact same. I'll do this for Monday. Boom. Perfect. I'll do this for Friday. Boom. Awesome. Okay, great. And then now I know Monday, Friday, I've got covered. There's content going out on Monday, Friday. I like to make sure that there's content 5 days of the week to make sure that everything's covered and people are always consistently seeing me in front of them. Okay. So let's look at the bigger things. Let's look at Facebook posts. So I've got videos Monday, Friday. I'm going to do this on Tuesday right here. I just realized I put this one. Let me just change that date real quick. This is Monday right here. So I'm going to do that one on Tuesday. I'm going to do this one on Wednesday. I'm going to go Facebook Live on Thursday. Okay, awesome. And I've got those showings on Tuesday, so I'll just make sure that I put that in there for Tuesday as well. Okay, so now things are starting to come together. I have all the posts I'm going to do this week, and now I have the dates for when they're going to go out. Now, you can look at it in this view here. If you want, you can upgrade your Trello board to have different views, which can be really helpful for this one, because now you can click down here and look at your calendar view. So if I come here, look at the calendar, now things are going to actually start to be built out. So I can see now in the calendar, Monday, I've got this YouTube. Tuesday, you know, we're coming here. We've got Instagram, Facebook, you know, Facebook, and then YouTube and Instagram. Now that things are breaking down, it's not now you don't have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like, oh my gosh, I have to post 8 things this week. It's broken down into like 1 for one day, 1 for one day, 2 this day, you know. So now things start to get a little more organized in terms of what you're actually building out. So the next thing to do is just come and go through all these checklists and make sure you're prepared for each post. So if we look at the Facebook Live market update right here, do I have the topic? Yeah, I do. It's the market update for this week. Okay, let's build out a slide deck. So I know that in order to go live on Facebook and do this properly, I'm going to go and build out a slide deck. That might be some numbers from your MLS or whatever that looks like. But this just helps me strategically plan and have checklists for everything I'm doing. Now, if you do different things with your content, it's completely fine. You can build new templates here and add new checklists in. It's super duper simple. You would just come here and you would just go like template for, you know, TikTok, and then come in here and just start to build it out. So the first thing to do is start to build out checklists. So TikTok checklist. I'll add this, and then you can be like, you know, topic, you know, action items, and then just start to build out a checklist from there. So it's really, really simple to add in whatever platform you actually want to build on here. This just makes things a little more streamlined in the actual process of what you're doing. So it's kind of, that's it. It's really simple. It doesn't seem like too much to do here, but once you actually get in and start utilizing this properly, it will change your whole system. Like if we look at my actual one right here, you can see like I have things built out for the whole month, like all the YouTube videos, all the Instagram posts, Facebook posts. I have LinkedIn posts here too, and it's all built out strategically for when I need to do it through the month. So, you know, Mike, you might have a better idea of maybe, you know, maybe you want to look at a calendar up front and start to schedule out when to put things on certain dates and then come in here and build it out. But this is what I use. I've given it to our agents in our group, and the consistency now of what they're doing is way higher than when it was before, just because they're taking time to plan things out rather than like, oh no, I need to do an Instagram post today. What should I do? Because when you live in that kind of dynamic, when you're like last minute thing, a couple of things happen. Your content isn't good because you're rushing it too much. You haven't planned for it. You don't know strategically what to say. And then also you become overwhelmed. And then it becomes a chore. instead of a strategic part of your business that gives a big return. So when you start to build things out like this, it can really, really help to bring the anxiety down of how much you're actually having to do. And then also it will strategically let you really dig into like, what am I posting about here? Like, what actually is this that I'm trying to do? You know, so like you can really put in like, here's the things that I'm trying to talk about. You know, okay, does this make sense? Does it not make sense? Let's go back and review it tomorrow, put more items in here. And because you're actually actively, you know, really thinking about what you're going to post, what you're going to say, your content actually starts to perform way better than like last minute posting, you know. So I think that's one of the big things for me about it, is it gave me more time to plan what I was actually going to say. So since I've been using this system, my content has gone up, you know, drastically in terms of how much I'm posting, and then also the engagement I'm getting. So it's a really cool tool to use for sure.
Yeah, I love it, man. And I think it's a really great way, because a lot of agents always say that they're visual learners and they like to be able to see things in their calendar so that they can prepare. Because the number one most consistent thing I hear from people that are not consistent with content, and I had a call with somebody earlier this week about this, where they said, I just do it when I feel like it. Well, you're never going to feel like it. I have to record videos today, and I'll tell you, it's the last thing I feel like doing. So when you start looking at this, it's really important to, again, as Louis alluded to, the first step is being able to build it out like this in terms of visually seeing when you're going to be posting. And then my recommendation is to bolt on one more thing related to this, which is when you're actually going to be doing some of the activities related to these certain things. Like, for example, today I'm going to be batching all of my YouTube videos. So I will be recording 12 to 16 videos back to back. And then you can check that off the list here in the Trello board. And then the next layer to that is, okay, are you doing your thumbnail yourself? Take a day and book it all off. So doing these things in batches is incredibly important. If you're going to film in batches. If you're going to edit thumbnails, edit in batches. If you're going to edit your videos, edit in batches. So it's really important to be able to condense the activity and the time invested, because it takes time to get set up. It takes time to get in the right mindset. It takes time to get dressed, or, you know, look how you want to look and get the lighting right and things like that. So it's really important to make sure that you're building out not just when you're going to be posting, but also when you're going to be doing the activities that lead you to actually getting up to posting. Because then what I see is people are going to say they have to post on the 31st, and on the 30th, they're like, well, damn, I have none of this done.
Yeah. And I think that's one thing about Trello here, is the due date here, you can only put one in. So I typically put it for when the video is going to post. So maybe then, taking Mike's advice, what we want to do here on the bullet points is then put dates beside this, and then we can go to due date on this. So if you do your bullet points right here, click on it, we can go to due date. And then, you know, if our video is going out on the 31st, then let's have it filmed by the 25th, you know, boom, right there. Let's have it edited here by the, you know, 27th. And, you know, you can start to add in all those deadlines in here right now. So now when you click out of this here, right here, we've got our checklist with our due dates on it. So you can build this out on Trello, which is really, really cool. If you get behind on this, it can be overwhelming, because you're going to have all these red boxes like, hey, you're behind. But it's a really, really good way to see it. So you can add due dates to everything on here. This one up here is like the main due date. So I keep that as like when it's going to be posted, because that's when it will show up in the calendar. But once we have these on right here, you can see that if we go to calendar view right now, it will put on these checklists for when things need to be done. So really, really cool. Again, that's an upgrade. You do have to pay for that service. This doesn't come with a free service, but it could be worth it if you're, you know, a calendar focused person. Like, okay, I need to know what to do on every single day. Then you could do all that, because you can go back into your board, you can look at everything. And then where it comes to, you know, filmed, put that all on the exact same date and just batch all of the filming. Like Mike's talking about later today, he's going to film probably like 40 videos. So you could put them all on the same date, so you know exactly what you're doing every single day. So very, very cool. But like Mike's saying, I would definitely add in those extra dates too.
I think it's great, man. And I think, we don't have to go too much further than this, and allow people to, again, make sure that you download and comment below if you want that Trello guide, but download that and make sure that you go back through this and follow along with some of the things that Louis talked about. And again, as Louis and I are both huge advocates of, make sure that you commit to doing these things for a minimum of 6 months, because it's going, any change is always a bit overwhelming, a bit daunting. And sometimes it can take a minute or two to get used to something that's currently unfamiliar to you, until it becomes second nature and it becomes a process and a system that streamlines your business. So I really urge you to take it seriously in terms of what Louis has been doing here, because it's been proven to work for so many people, but you do have to commit to it and consistently do it for a pretty extended period of time in order to get the results that you're looking for. So this is the foundation. And especially as we're heading into this new year, build this out so that maybe in December, maybe in January, you're starting this fresh, and then you can consistently execute for the rest of this year and going forward. So I highly encourage you to, again, block off these timelines that you can batch your content, and then start scheduling things out, as Louis said, very consistent. A YouTube video on Monday and a YouTube video on Friday. 2 days a week is all that you need to change your business. And but you need to be doing that for a long period of time. So any final words, Louis, to kind of help people truly leverage the best of this, and also kind of point people in direction of the last time management tool that we talked about?
Yeah, I would say go in here and take your time. It always takes a little bit of time to learn something like this. So don't feel daunted by it. Like, reach out if you have questions about it. If you like, you can't figure something out, just reach out, hit me up. My contact details will be in there too. The one thing I will say, because everyone makes this mistake, when you click the link, this is exactly what's going to come up. All you have to do is click this blue box right here, create board from template. You click that right here. You call it whatever you want, you create it, and it will go into your Trello onto your sideline right here. Okay. If you ask for permissions and stuff, I'm not going to see it. So I don't want to ignore you. I want you to have this. So all you have to do is click on the link, click the blue box, and then you will have the template. Okay. So, but yeah, go in and learn this, and, simplify it. If you just want to do YouTube, delete all of these other columns and just have YouTube there, simplify it to whatever you need it to be. That's the beauty of these kind of systems, is you can tailor it to whatever you need. This is what works for me. This is what's worked for a lot of agents in our group, but you might need to change it, optimize it, and do, different things like that. But like Mike was saying, the last Trello board we did with the power list, and obviously the 12-week year system, I would definitely encourage people to go back and watch that, because honestly, all of these tools, they're not just there for the sake of it. They actually all work together in tandem. And this is what systems and processes are all about. You have the things that you need to do for your business, you have them all systemized, and they all work and talk to each other. So yeah, go back. Was that on your channel or my channel?
Mine.
Your channel. Okay. Yeah. So go back and watch that video on Mike's channel. We'll put it right here. But it's all about another tool for these exact things. So the more systemized you can get, guys, the more business you will see in a return. If you're scatterbrained like I used to be, it's a nightmare. But once you can dial things in, business becomes a lot of fun, honestly.
Definitely. No, I love it, man. And again, thank you for sharing this. And guys, please make sure, again, you start to implement this into your business. Can't wait to hear from you guys in the comments as you start to introduce this into your processes. And again, thanks so much for tuning in as always. So please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.